Hello everybody, welcome back to Coaches Co-Creating episode 11. I'm Amanda and I'm a coactive business coach.
And my name's Jasmine and I'm a coactive transitional life coach.
And today in this episode we are going to be talking about inquiries and challenges and how they are used in the coaching arena. So Jasmine, do you want to kick off by telling us what an inquiry is?
Well, I guess an inquiry it's a powerful question, actually, like we were talking about last week. So it's an open question that's thought-provoking.
Okay, so what's the difference between an ordinary powerful question then and an inquiry?
I guess the difference is an inquiry is used at the end of the coach session. So at the end of the coach session, the coach will ask the client or give the client an inquiry to think about before the next session. So it's something to encourage the client to have more learning outside of the session on their own.
Okay, so I understand. So that it's like to deepen the learning, the whole, so it'd follow from the actual coaching session, wouldn't it? Be an idea around,
Exactly.
to provoke more thought.
Exactly, to deepen the learning, like we discussed. Yes, I completely forgot to say that. Yes, so that's an inquiry.
So what would be a good example of an inquiry that you might give to a client?
A good example. I guess it depends on what's happening in the session. Let me think about one that I did today, actually.
I've got a good one for you if you want to.
Okay. Yes, tell me.
So there's one that it crops up sometimes. And it's, when are you unable to laugh at yourself?
Oh, wow. I like that. When are you unable to laugh at yourself? Yeah.
Yeah. Because again, it's like we've said about a powerful question. It's made you think. You haven't been able to go, oh yeah, I know that. That's not, and it's something you could ponder for days after the session.
Exactly. And there's always a learning. Like I think one I asked today was, where in your life are you rejecting yourself?
Oh wow, okay.
Something like that, because we were talking about rejection.
Yeah.
I mean, that's quite deep. I guess it does depend on what's going on in the session, doesn't it, that day?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and like we said, we've said about the powerful questions. What's next is a good one. You could use that as an inquiry as well, couldn't you?
Wow. Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
You're not necessarily going to answer that straight away, and you might want to think about that and sort of ponder it for a few days before you come to a conclusion about what is next for you. So
creating deeper awareness as well, doesn't it? It just creates deeper awareness.
Yeah.
I like those ones. Oh, sorry.
I was just about to say, I think like inquiries can be quite fun and playful as well, can't they? Because, the whole thing of coaching, we don't want to give the impression it's just real deep thinking and a bit sort of like dull. It's not. It can be very lively and very inspiring and motivational.
That's true. Great. Yeah. So what about challenges then? What is a challenge?
Okay, so I think the best way to tee this up is to illustrate it, isn't it? Really, because you might say to your client, what will you do? So if you're gearing towards an action and you want them to do something to kind of forward that, you might say, well, what will you do? And so, example, say we're talking about exercise, and you decide you're going to do X number of reps on something. So what will you do, Jasmine?
I will walk along the beach every night.
Okay, and so I might challenge that and say, what about twice a day? And then your opportunity then is to either accept that challenge or say, okay, yes, I'll accept that. Or what else could you do?
I could give you a counter offer, like maybe, I guess that wasn't a good example that I gave, walking. I guess I would give you a counter offer. No, I will walk maybe twice a day, twice a week. Right. And the rest of the time, once a week. Yeah.
That's not a bad idea to counter offer it, because it's actually increasing the original offer, if you like, but it's actually still going to be within your domain of comfort. But it's also, the challenge is to not necessarily keep you in your comfort zone, but it's to make you to do a bit more than you necessarily would, because a coach being an accountability partner, you can actually really get the benefit of that as well, can't
and
you?
that's the key, isn't it? Having that accountability. Okay, I'll give you a challenge.
Okay
then. So imagine we were talking about, what were we talking about last time in the coach session? I mean, last week. Because I remember asking, no, that was powerful questions for breakfast, wasn't it? No. Oh my God, I can't think of one, Amanda. Okay, about rest and relaxing.
Okay.
So how...
I'm not good at rest or relaxing.
Yeah, exactly. So a challenge, or you could say, which I do say sometimes, is what would be a challenge for you right now? Sometimes I ask the clients.
Yeah. But then if they come back and say, so for example, if you said to me what would be a challenge right now, and I'd say, I can't sit still for long, I can't sit still for, more than half an hour.
Right. So
you might then say,
my challenge is for you is to, sit in the garden for an hour. Yes, exactly. And how do you know it's a challenge? Because of the reaction. If they don't say, no way, it's not a challenge. It's not a challenge.
No, that's
my challenge. So can you sit in the sun tomorrow morning
for 35 degrees
for 1 hour? For 1 hour. Or do nothing for 1 hour?
I can't. I don't think I can. That's really bad.
So what's your counter offer?
I'll do it for half an hour, because I can combine some meditation in that time. So it's not necessarily me doing anything, but I'm actually, Okay. I know I've got a hang up about productivity and I've got to be doing stuff.
How will I know?
I'll take a photograph and send it to you on WhatsApp.
Okay, and when will you do this? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Okay. And this is real, everybody. So, I guess so. That's a challenge, isn't it? And like we were saying, like in coactive method, it's very important, the being and the doing. The co is the being and the active is the doing. And the inquiry is the being.
Yes.
And the challenge is the doing. We need both.
And I think that's interesting, because I really articulated that I wasn't good at doing one, or I wasn't good at being, and so that's what I need to work on.
Wow.
So your challenged me in exactly the area it needed to, because if you'd given me an action-based challenge, I'd have been up for it, and do it. So that's where my growth is needed, in my being. So
you're right. You're right.
Okay.
Well, yes. So that's it then about inquiries and challenges. So if you're ready for a change in your life and you would like a free consultation with me, visit www.withnava.com.
And I work principally as a business coach, so I work with business owners who are navigating stress and overwhelm as a result of their work that they're busy with at the moment. If you need help with that, please contact me via my website, which is www.happycoach.co.uk. Thanks very much for listening.
And see you next time. Bye.
Bye.